Peggy 18.
Where the hell am I?
You're suffering from a unique form of dementia, Isaac. Something you contracted on ages 7.
Oh, memories. Everything after age 7, it's all gone.
Isaac, you're still alive. I keep seeing the symbols. Do you see the symbols? They mean something, Isaac.
I need answers. Why are you doing this? Why can't everyone just leave me alone?
Your dementia will kill you, but if you can get here, I can treat you.
Why should I trust you?
Because I'm not the one shooting at you.
You're in terrible, terrible danger.
Franco? Franco, what happened?
Is she waiting? Tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I'm sorry. Trust! Step 3! Step 3!
Oh God. Why did you do it, Crawford?
Stand down and drop your weapon! Open fire! Open fire!
They're back. Don't tell anyone, just get moving.
Gabe, you're scaring me.
Don't argue, just get to our shuttle now.
This isn't happening. This can't be happening.
Get out of there now!
Critically acclaimed Dead Space 2 is seeing some new action in this new edition called Severed. This single-player campaign add-on, which is separate from the main campaign, follows a man named Gabe Weller. Any Dead Space Extraction fans might just recognize him. Here the story is about Gabe trying to make his way to his wife Lexine, who just so happens to be on the other side of the sprawl. This campaign doesn't really offer anything new, besides the new suit, which I totally find kick-ass by the way, and some new locations. And yes, I'm putting emphasis on some. This was my huge problem with Severed. Almost every single bit of the campaign is recycled levels from the original game. Remember looking at the sprawl and seeing hundreds upon hundreds, which were possibly thousands of skyscrapers that we never even got to explore in the original campaign? Well, you don't even get to see any of those locations. All we do in Severed is start in the Titan mines and make our way to the hospital. That's right, the hospital. So all we do in Severed is just backtrack all the way from the original campaign. So immediately you just feel ripped off, and it makes you think that, one, the people at Visceral Games are too lazy to come out with a better, fresh DLC, and two, they released it way too early. I mean, when the original game came out, I mean, that was 2 months previous to when this came out. I mean, that's just really no time at all, and in my opinion, I think they should have waited a couple of months, or just waited till summer to actually come out with something new. A cool addition to this game was the new enemy, the Twitcher. Some of you might recognize these guys from the first Dead Space, but this time they're more terrifying than before. I know these guys are recycled from the first game, but to me they are more than welcome to come back. Alright, now the story is okay. I mean, it's not really all that great, and it doesn't really pick up till the last moments of the game. The whole campaign only lasts about an hour to an hour and a half. So then we have no introduction to the main characters, so we don't care about them until the game is literally over. Also, most people never played Extraction unless they own a PS3 or a Wii, so then you won't know or care about the characters at all. Now, this game is still pretty scary, it's just not as suspenseful. Near the end, it seems like a race for time trying to get to Lexine, so you really want to just run as fast as you can to get to her. Yet at this point, they shove so many enemies as possible between you and her, so running isn't ever an option. And then, as before, nothing is explained, leaving you kind of confused. Now, I will give Visceral this. They make damn good endings. They just know how to execute them well. So really, the ending made the whole experience worthwhile. Now, what could have made this better? For one, they should have not used any recycled levels. I understand the hospital because it was kind of tied in with the main story, but for the whole freaking game to be the exact locations you've already played is just retarded. There's an entire city of the sprawl that could have been shown, but instead nothing was brought to us new. The new suit was cool, but was that it? No new weapons or nothing? At least some new missions and maps for multiplayer? I might be asking for a lot, but I found myself paying $7 for a new enemy, a cool ending, and a suit. Dead Space Severed can be bought at 560 Microsoft points, or about $7 on the PlayStation Network. Sorry PC users, you won't be getting this add-on, but you're not really missing out on much anyway. Overall, I give this DLC a 6.5 out of 10. The new suit was pretty badass looking, and they gave kinda good effort to the story. Now, I know I said a lot of negative things about this add-on, but it's still fairly enjoyable. I mean, it's Dead Space, it'll always be enjoyable to me. I just feel like Visceral could have just put a lot more effort into it, that's all. And I hope that they come out with another add-on, and perhaps it will be just better than before. So then the big question, is it worth the $7? Really, it just depends on who you are. If you're a hardcore Dead Space player, then I would kind of recommend it, but not in a way that you should definitely get it. But for the more the casual gamers who are not in it for the story, I would not bother with this DLC. Well, I hope you found this review insightful in some way. If you liked the video, then give us a thumbs up, or just leave your comments telling us what you thought. I'm Batman, and thanks for watching. Wait, I think Rage has to say something about this game.
It fucking sucks.
Oh, thanks.
Like what you saw?
Want to see more?
Visit Landfish GTV.
For commentary, news, reviews, and,
More.
Yes. More is good.